Okay, in our last class, we have mainly discussed about the reduction pathway, that is dissolving metal reduction. Okay, and today, and another reaction or reduction also, the name reaction important one, that is the Wolff-Kishner reduction. And today, one of the important topic in the reduction pathway, that is the metal hydrides reduction. By this reaction, we can convert the functional group from one form to another form. Especially by using the such metal hydrides, you can reduce the carbonyl compounds, especially the carbonyl compounds, the amide, the acid, esters, all these you can be converted by using different metal hydrides. So basically these metal hydrides have different effect on different functional group, and not only that, all the metal hydrides, they have different activities. So that means by using such metal hydrides reducing as an reducing agent, you can selectively or totally reduce the functional group. So before starting with the examples or the specific examples, let us focus the series of the carbonyl compounds and the other functional groups. So we know this is aldehyde, this is ketone, this is ester, amide, NR2 means and the last one is the carboxylate or say acid. So why I am writing like this way? In this case you can see this residue is common for all and only the substituents are different. Now you know this carbonyl carbon is electrophilic in nature, and we have arranged this by decreasing the electrophilicity of this carbonyl carbon. That means you know among this all CO double bond containing group, the aldehyde is the most reactive. So that means this is the reactivity order towards the reaction. Okay. So in this case, if we use different metal hydrides for the reduction of the functional group, we can get different type of reduced products. So this is the air electrophilicity decreased. If this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then the decreasing order is 1 greater than 2, 3, 4, 5. Now why I concerned about the electrophilicity of this center? Because in this metal hydride reaction, the common mechanism is to shift the hydride residue or the hydride anion to this electrophilic center, and that is the reduction pathway. This is the common mechanism for the metal hydride reactions. So in this case, if I generalize the mechanism for all, so this is the C double bond O, this is your electrophilic center, and here is the H minus, that is the hydride. So it will act as a nucleophile. Hydride means say different metal hydride is there, MH, and this is your electrophilic center. So in this case, this hydride will be transferred here. That means it will act like a nucleophile, and simultaneously the pi cloud will localized on the electronegative oxygen. So you will get the structure CO minus H, and counter ion is this metal residue. And in the final step, if you do the acid workup, that means quenching of the metal, you will get the OH. So basically This is the step by converting the alcohol here, and if depending upon the leaving group or somewhat other substituents, this is the common mechanistic pathway. This is the mechanism for the metal hydride reduction. It is common for all. So now I will show the examples for different metal hydrides. So in this case, the examples of different metal hydrides are lithium aluminium hydride, or in short it is named as LaH, sodium borohydride, lithium borohydride. Another reducing agent important is the di-BAL-H. That means it is the abbreviated form, di-isobutyl aluminium hydride. So in short it is named as the di-BAL-H, or the structure of this reducing agent is like this. This is the isobutyl group. Okay, in this case you know aluminium is the Lewis acidic center. So generally the reducing agent, it is remained as the dimeric form. So the structure or the actual form of the di-BAL-H is like this: aluminium, aluminium, hydrogen, aluminium. Now in this case you will get the banana bond, that means 3 center 2 electron bond, so it will remain in the dimeric form. So this is the di-BAL-H, another important reducing agent. Another important reducing agent is the sodium cyanoborohydride. So now this is named as sodium cyanoborohydride. So now I will show the utility of different metal hydrides. That means the reduction pathway by using this metal hydrides. So starting from the sodium borohydride. So before starting with the example of the sodium borohydride, we mainly compare the reactivity of the lithium aluminium hydride and sodium borohydride. In between these two reducing agents, we generally know lithium aluminium hydride is the very much active. It is the strong reducing agent. It can reduce any of the bond. That means the carbonyl residue. Depending upon its reactivity, the reducing power is decreased by varying the carbonyl residues, and it is the weak, not the strong. So if I segregate the functional group, this is the aldehyde, ketone, ester, amide, and finally acid. Now in this functional group, sodium borohydride can reduce only this aldehyde and ketone. It will be reduced by only sodium borohydride. Sodium borohydride has not any ability to reduce the other functional groups here. But lithium aluminium hydride, it can reduce the whole series of the carbonyl group. Up to this, it can easily reduce. And in the last case, that means in case of acid, obviously it can reduce the acid, but it will take longer time. So that means in this case it is acts as a weak reducing agent, but still it can reduce. And sodium borohydride can selectively reduce the aldehyde and the ketone. Okay. So now by using the lithium aluminium hydride and the sodium borohydride here, we can reduce the group to the corresponding alcohol. So for example, like R prime, if you use sodium borohydride in presence of ethanol, it will be reduced to OH R prime H. So that means 2-degree alcohol. From ketone you will get the 2-degree alcohol. The reverse path is the oxidation, you know, by applying the oxidizing agent, say like PCC or PDC, or chromic acid oxidation H2CrO4 in presence of the acetone, it can be converted to the acetone. So the forward pathway here, it is the reduction. And if I show the mechanism, it will be like this. R prime, we know the structure of the sodium borohydride, Na plus minus. Now you know it is the hydride transfer. So this is the hydride bond. It will be transferred here and form the negative charge. So R prime H minus. Now in the final step, ethanol acts as a proton source, so it will got protonated and generate the 2-degree alcohol. So mechanism is fixed, that is the hydride transfer mechanism. Now for specific examples, like say in this case, if you use the sodium borohydride in presence of ethanol, you can see this is the nitro group. If you reduce the nitro can be converted to the amine NH2 group. Generally, tin concentrated sulfuric acid, concentrated HCl heat, the nitro can be converted, and similarly it can be converted, but by using the sodium borohydride, only the carbonyl will be reduced. So by reduction of the, this is the keto group, by reduction of the keto group you will get the 2-degree alcohol. So the product will be OH, the nitro will remain intact in the molecular structure. Okay, so this is the using of the sodium borohydride. Now if you use the lithium aluminum hydride here, the mechanism is same, that is the hydride transfer. Instead of the hydride transfer from the boron, here it will be transferred from the aluminum center. Now in this case, if you use the lithium aluminum hydride or LAH, and finally the acidic workup, here this group will be reduced, simultaneously the nitro will be reduced, because lithium aluminum hydride is a strong reducing agent. It has no selectivity towards any group, but sodium borohydride has a selectivity towards this group, reduction of this group. So by using the lithium aluminum hydride, you will get the 2-degree alcohol here, and simultaneously the nitro group will be reduced to its corresponding amine. So in any example, if your target product is like this, then you have to use the sodium borohydride, not the lithium aluminum hydride, because lithium aluminum hydride can reduce both the functional group here. Okay, so another example, so this is the reduction of the carbonyl, that means ketone, and it will be similar for the aldehyde also. So if this is the acetaldehyde, if you use the sodium borohydride in ethanol, hydrogen will be attached here and it will be converted to the corresponding OH. So OH, H, methyl. So now this is the 1-degree alcohol or the primary alcohol. So from acetaldehyde you will get the ethanol. If you use the lithium aluminium hydride in ethanol, sorry, and the final step is the acid workup, then you will get the same product. So for the carbonyl, especially the ketone and aldehyde, if you use the sodium borohydride and or lithium borohydride, sorry, lithium aluminium hydride, you will get the same product. Okay. Now for the ester molecule. In this case, if you use sodium borohydride in presence of ethanol, there is no reduction, because you know sodium borohydride has the reactivity up to ketone, that means aldehyde and ketone, and beyond this it can't reduce. So if you use the lithium aluminium hydride and finally the acid workup, by using the lithium aluminium hydride, it will be converted to the corresponding alcohol. That means generally we know if you reduce the ester, first step you will get the carbonyl, then by reducing the carbonyl you will get the alcohol. So that means by using the lithium aluminium hydride, as it is the strong reducing agent, so it can directly convert the ester to the alcohol. So this is the utility of the lithium aluminium hydride. And not only that, this is also a drawback for the lithium aluminium hydride, and I will show what is the drawback here in the other example. So this is the reduction of the ester to the corresponding alcohol. Now the other important reducing agent is the lithium borohydride. Instead of using the sodium borohydride, the lithium borohydride, and this lithium borohydride can reduce the ester. It can reduce the ester to the corresponding alcohol. But you know, sodium borohydride can't reduce the ester to its corresponding alcohol. So instead of using the sodium, if we use the lithium, then it has the ability to convert or to reduce the ester to the alcohol. So just like this way, so in this case, this is the acid group, this is the ester group. If you use the lithium borohydride, and finally last step is the workup, acid workup, this group will be reduced. This group remain intact, okay, because you know that it can't be reduced by using this reducing agent. So here this group remain intact, and from this ester you will get the corresponding alcohol, that means CH2OH. Okay. So now in this case, if I want to show the mechanism step by step, say this is the R, C double bond O, O R prime, and here I am using like say lithium borohydride. Now in this case, mechanism is common, hydride will be transferred and it will form R O minus O R prime H. Now here you can see this can act as a leaving group because it is the O R group, O R prime group. So by donating the electron it will be removed from the system and generate the corresponding aldehyde. And as you know that this is the strong reducing agent, so you can't stop here, so another reduction will take place. Similar mechanism, hydride will be transferred here, this will be the O minus. And in the final step, acid work up H plus, it will be got protonated and get the corresponding alcohol. So this is the reduction pathway of the ester in presence of lithium borohydride, and it will be similar by using the lithium aluminium hydride. Now the reduction of the amide bond by using the lithium aluminium hydride. Say if we reduce say RNH2, RCONH2. Here we are using the lithium aluminium hydride, not the sodium borohydride, because sodium borohydride has no ability to reduce this carbonate. By using the lithium aluminium hydride and finally the acid workup, you will get the corresponding amine, not the alcohol. Okay, so this is the reduction of the amide. This is the amide linkage or the amide bond by using the lithium aluminium hydride. The mechanism is here. Say if we use lithium aluminium hydride, you know this is the minus. So now this hydride will be shifted here and this will form the minus. So in the first step it will generate O minus Li plus hydrogen NH2. Now there will be the exchange in between the lithium and aluminium hydride, because you know aluminium hydride is the Lewis acidic in nature after donation of this hydride. So it can generate OAlH3 minus now after formation of this, it will donate here and this will leave the molecule, so that it can generate double bond NH2 plus hydrogen. So you know this is the iminium bond or this is the imine bond. So after formation of this imine bond, the lithium aluminium hydride is present. So again another hydride transfer will be there and it can generate the NH2 plus NH2. So you will get the corresponding amine. So generally the mechanism is not required, but I am showing the mechanism for how the reaction proceeds. So by using simple lithium aluminium hydride, you can convert this to the corresponding amine bond. Okay. Now I will discuss the one of the important reducing agent, that is the dival H or diisobutyl aluminium hydride. Now what is the utility of this reducing agent? Basically this dival H it can act as a selective or controlled reducing agent. want to convert ester to the corresponding aldehyde, from ester to aldehyde. In this case, if you use the lithium aluminium hydride, you know in the first step it will be converted to the aldehyde and simultaneously it will be reduced to the alcohol, because lithium aluminium hydride is a strong reducing agent. So you can't use the lithium aluminium hydride here. You have to use the dival H. So by using, and here the solvent is important, that is hexane is used, and the temperature is also important, minus 70 degrees Celsius. By this reaction condition, it can be easily converted to the corresponding aldehyde. So from ester to aldehyde conversion, the reducing agent is used, that is the dival H. The mechanism is same, that means the hydride transfer. So in short, we can show the mechanism like this way. So if this is the ester, by using aluminium hydride, so here in this step this is the isobutyl group, and you know aluminium is the Lewis acidic center and it can act as the Lewis base because it can donate the lone pair of the electron. So in the first step, the structure can form Lewis acid base adduct minus OR prime. So this is the plus. After formation of this is the hydride source from the lithium, from the dival H. So it will be shifted here, or that means it will attack here, and the positive charge got neutralized. So it can generate R O A L Now after formation of this, if you do the acidic workup, this bond will be broken. It can generate OH, H, OR prime, R, and finally the OR leaves the molecule. This mechanism is known to you because it is the alpha elimination. So you get double bond OH. So this is the mechanism, but by using the dival H, you can convert the ester to the corresponding aldehyde. So if I show a specific example, especially for a synthesis of the natural product in a step like this way, this is the lactone, that is the cyclic ester. The cyclic ester name as the lactone. And here you can convert say H. So this is the ester and you want to selectively reduce this bond. So here by using the dival H, this ester will be reduced. That means this C double bond O will be converted to the corresponding OH group. So the structure will be this is the OH, hydride will be shifted here. Okay, but by using the lithium aluminium hydride, you can't restrict here. That means after formation of this, you can see that this is, say if this is the carbonyl residue and you use the ROH, that can form in the first step hemiacetal and in the second step acetal. Okay, so basically this is a reversible pathway because we can show like this way, that means O double bond R and it can be converted to the corresponding carbonyl. So this is the acetal hemiacetal type of structure. So similarly we can think this is the acetal type of structure. So this is named as the lactol. When it is the ring structure, it is lactol here. Now in this case there will be the equilibrium, that means this will be shifted here and here will be the negative charge. So O minus, and this is the double bond plus hydrogen is there. Okay, so in the final step the proton will be transferred from here to the OH. So if you look at the initial structure, that means from the ester bond, cyclic ester, you are getting the aldehyde as well as the alcohol, because this is the reaction pathway. So the ester is converted to the corresponding aldehyde, no further reaction will take place. So this is the utility of the dival H. Now another use of the dival H, that means it can convert it, as you seen here, that our CO2R can be converted to the CHO. Similarly, if you use the dival H in the nitrile group reduction, by using the dival H, it can be converted to the aldehyde also. But if you use the lithium aluminum hydride, it will be converted to the corresponding amine, not the aldehyde. So again the importance of the dival H, and the reaction mechanism basically here same. In the first step it will be converted from the cyanide to the imine, double bond N, and finally by acid workup, that means hydrolysis, you will get from here to the corresponding aldehyde. So by using this you can convert the nitrile group to the corresponding aldehyde. So for a specific example, the cyanide is here, and in this case if you use dival H, it will be converted, and finally this is the step 1 and step 2 is the acid workup. It will be converted to the corresponding aldehyde. So this is the use of the dival H. Now other important reducing agent is the sodium cyanoborohydride. Sodium, and this reducing agent can selectively reduce the imine bond, imine to amine. It can selectively reduce the imine to the amine in acidic condition. That means, say this is your substrate, or say this is acetaldehyde, and you want to convert it CH3 NH2H. So in this case, the utility of the sodium borohydride, you can see. So first you have to convert this C double bond O to the corresponding imine group. How imine group is formed? From the carbonyl. Say in case of the carbonyl, if you add NH2R under mild acidic condition, the H2O will be eliminated from here and you will get C double bond N R. So this is the imine bond. So we will apply the same theory here. So first, if we want to convert this to the corresponding amine, you have to use the NH3 under mild acidic condition. So that's why it can be converted double bond NH2 H. So this is the imine bond because C double bond O, sorry, H2 will be eliminated here and you will get C double bond. So this is the imine bond. Now in the final step, after formation of the imine bond, if you use the sodium cyanoborohydride having pH greater than 5 but less than 7, that means under acidic condition. In this case, it will be directly converted to the corresponding amine because there will be the hydride transfer. So you will get hydrogen here and another equivalent of hydrogen here. So this is another important reducing agent that you can convert the imine to the corresponding amine, and in that case the reducing agent is used, that is the sodium cyanoborohydride. So these are the different important metal hydrides to convert or to reduce the functional group, especially the carbonyl, the amides, esters group. But in this case you can see that no other metal hydrides has not so much ability to reduce the acid group, because acid group or carboxylic acid C double bond OH, it is the least electrophilic center, that means the less reactive center. So it is very much tough to reduce the COH to the corresponding alcohol. So generally we use the lithium aluminium hydride not in the 0 degree Celsius. We have to use the heat, that means temperature is important, but you know lithium aluminium hydride is highly reactive. So there will be some risk to carry forward the reaction in presence of lithium aluminium hydride. So lithium aluminium hydride in presence of heat, it can be converted to the corresponding alcohol, but there is lots of difficulty in this reaction. So how you will convert the COH group to the corresponding alcohol group? In this case, instead of using any of metal hydride, if you use the simple boron hydride, or you know BH3 generally remains as the B2H6. If you use the B2H6 in dry ether, then the acid group will be converted to the corresponding alcohol. So by utilizing these reagents, we can form different type of products, that means you can get the selective reduction. So this type of reduction is named as the chemoselective reduction. Say for this example, this is the CO2H, this is the CO2Me, and keep in mind that the BH3 group or the B2H6 can selectively reduce the acid group as well as the amide also. In presence of BH3, it can reduce it to the corresponding amine. Okay. So now in this case, here you want to form, or if I write the structure like this way, CO2H, CO2Me. Say you want to convert it either in this structure, or you want to convert it in this structure. Both of the structure is enantiomer, because you can see this is the chiral center. If I do the configuration, this is the 1, this is 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3 anti-clockwise rotation and 4B plus rule. So here the configuration is S. Similarly here this is the 1, this is the 2, this is the 3 and 4. So 1, 2, 3 clockwise rotation 4B plus, so configuration is R. So basically enantiomer is formed. Now how you will convert this enantiomer from the single substrate? In this case you have to use the selective reducing agent. To form this structure, say S isomer, if you use the BH3 or B2H6 in dry ether and finally the acidic water, you know B2H6 can selectively reduce the CO2H group, not the ester group. It can selectively reduce the acid group. So here if the acid group is reduced, you will get CH2OH. Now this is the ester. Now after formation of this, you know the trans-esterification reaction. I have shown this in the real classroom. That means this is the electrophilic center and this is the nucleophilic one, and this can act as a leaving group. So it will attack here and can form OMe, O minus plus as this is the acid catalyst reaction, so it will be removed from here. And finally this is the leaving group, you know, and it is the negative charge, so it will revert back at the molecule. So the structure you will get so this is the S isomer. By using the B2H6 in ether, that means the boron reduction of by the boron. And if you want to form the R isomer, in that case so to form the R isomer, now you have to reduce this residue or this functional group. So to reduce this selectively, you have to use lithium borohydride, because you know lithium borohydride can reduce this CO2Me to the corresponding alcohol. So here it will be converted to the CH2OH and acid catalyst reaction. So acid catalyst reaction means same pathway. This is now plus, it is the nucleophile, it is the electrophilic center, so it will attack here. OH, OH, and in the final step the H2 will be eliminated from the molecule. So the product you will get double bond O methyl hydrogen. So this is the R isomer. So by using the selective reducing agent, you can convert or you can get the enantiomers from a single substrate. So that is the usefulness of this different reducing agent, and this reaction, this is the example of the chemoselective reduction, because you can selectively reduce one functional group in presence of the other. Now another example of the chemoselective reduction is the reduction of alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl. Just a minute, I need to refill the pen. Okay, reduction of alpha beta unsaturated carbonyls. Alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl means, say this is the C double bond O, this is the 2-butanone, this is the saturated carbon, this is the carbonyl residue, simple carbonyl residue. Now if we add the double bond here, so with respect to this functional group, this is the alpha, this is the beta, so it is named as the alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl. So now in this case, if you want to reduce this bond selectively, say you want to form this one, what will be the reducing agent? In this case, if you use sodium borohydride in presence of cerium chloride, okay, this is the reagent, important reagent, the combination of both two, because this is acts as an reducing agent, and the other reagent which is used here, that is the chelating reagent here used, that is the cerium chloride. So combination of these two, it can selectively reduce the C double bond O to the OH. But if you use the sodium borohydride, only sodium borohydride in absence of the cerium chloride, it can be first converted to the double bond O, then simultaneously it will be converted to the OH. So no selective reduction is there, both the double bond as well as the carbon oxygen double bond is reduced. So this is the another example of the chemoselective reduction, and in this case the reducing agent is used sodium borohydride in presence of cerium chloride, which can convert or can selectively reduce this carbon oxygen double bond, not this carbon carbon double bond. And the last example for the chemoselective reduction, the reduction of the acid ketone in presence of aldehyde. Say if you want to selectively reduce the ketone in presence of aldehyde, just for example, so this is the CHO and this is the ketone. So if you want to reduce selectively this bond, not the aldehyde, by reducing the ketone you will get the 2-degree alcohol, and by reducing the aldehyde you will get the 1-degree alcohol. Now in this case, if you simply use the sodium borohydride, you know sodium borohydride can reduce both the aldehyde as well as the ketone, so both the center will be reduced. So to avoid this, you have to use the cerium chloride again, but 7H2, that means having the crystal water here, and it can be selectively reduce the ketone, not the aldehyde. So in this case, the structure of the product will be CHO and it will be OH. So this is the another example of the chemoselective reduction. Okay. So as a summary, we can show by using the metal hydride that lithium aluminum hydride can reduce all except, not except here, but it can reduce slowly the CO2H. Sodium borohydride can reduce only aldehyde and ketone. Okay. Dival H, this can selectively reduce ester to the aldehyde, only from ester to the aldehyde. Sodium cyanoborohydride, it can reduce the imine bond, that means C double bond N to the corresponding amine. Okay. Lithium borohydride, it can selectively reduce ester to the corresponding alcohol, and this is not the metal hydride but the boron, it can selectively reduce COH to the CH2OH. And for the chemoselective reduction, so this is the general metal hydride reduction pathway, and this is not the metal hydride, simple reduction by the boron. And by using the chemoselective reduction, that means if you want to reduce the alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl to its corresponding alcohol, you have to use sodium borohydride cerium chloride. It can reduce the alpha beta carbonyl to the corresponding alcohol, keeping this double bond fixed. And if you selectively reduce the the ketone in presence of the other functional group, you have to use, so these are the other functional group like CHO and others. Here you have to use this, which can convert this ketone to the corresponding alcohol. So that's all from the metal hydride reduction procedure or metal hydride reduction pathway, and this is the almost the important examples in competitive exam or in any other entrance exam. You can find this type of example is there. Okay. So